Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I got this gold glitter liner look with this kind of like nudie brown cut crease.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right?
So to begin with, I'm taking this NYX micro brow pencil in the shade black. So I'm just going to let you know that everything's going to be linked below down in the description. And as you can see, I'm just carefully drawing out the shape, making sure that they're my regular shape, and I always brush them through as well. But yeah, I usually take my time with my eyebrows because to me they are one of the most important things on your face, honestly. So I always take my time with them, and I always make sure that I neaten around my eyebrows as well by plucking any like stray hairs or whatever. I'm editing on some new software, and honestly this week it's been something. Honestly, it's been so difficult. I feel like I'm learning how to be a YouTuber all over again, and it is traumatic to say the least, but I'm getting there. So I'm sorry that I told you guys that I was going to be back to normal and then I went disappearing on you again in true Niah style. I'm really sorry, but hopefully I'm back for good now. So for my base, I'm taking the P. Louise eyeshadow base, which is in the shade Rumour number 3. If you guys watch my videos, you'll know this is my favourite. I really like this, and as you can see, I'm applying it straight from the tube, which is weird, I never do that, but I'm just dotting it over both of my eyes, and then I'm taking my Zoeva 144 brush just to carve out the shape of my eyebrows and just pat down that base and make sure that that's set nicely. So don't be afraid to add more of this base in if you need it. I find that this sets down so beautifully, like it's hard to make it look cakey. Like you really have to put loads on for it to look cakey, because it just sets down so beautifully. It literally just looks like skin. So I'm just making sure that I'm happy with that, just making sure that's nice and neat, and then I'm gonna obviously do that on the other eye. So I'll speed that bit up a little bit faster just so that you don't get bored watching me do this, because it's the same as what I usually do, obviously. So yeah, let's get past this and then I'll show you what I'm gonna do with my eyeshadow. And then for the eyeshadow palette, I'm taking this BH Cosmetics and Sylvia Garni palette. This was the collaboration palette that they did together. I'm taking the shade Chanel, and I'm taking that on a Zoeva 227 brush, so it's like a fluffy brush. And I'm just starting by trying to pack that colour onto it, but I'm also blending at the same time to make sure that I get a really seamless blend. So I'm going to blend the fuck out of this eyeshadow look. I'm just warning you, giving you the heads up, because I want this to be really well blended. So that's what I'm going for. So you're going to see a lot of blending in this video, but that's no different to any of my other videos, I guess. So as you can see, I'm using these back and forth motions, and I'm going in with some circular motions as well, just to get that Chanel colour really blended in, and I'm just building it up. So I'm dipping back into the pan, coming back to my eye, dipping back into the pan, coming back to my eye. You know the drill. And then I'm grabbing the shade Ginger, and I'm taking that on a Zoeva 231 brush. So this is a slightly smaller brush, so it's going to help me to really get that colour like where I want it. So as you can see, I'm just adding that ginger colour just kind of like underneath where I've put that transition shade, so that original shade Chanel. And I'm also just going to keep picking up that 227 brush by Zoeva to come back in and blend, because I'm really looking to get those two colours to blend together really well. So I'm just switching between the brushes so that no colour kind of takes over. So I'm keeping up the brown colour, I'm keeping up the ginger colour as well, and we're getting a really nice blend and combination of those two colours. Then I'm going to take the shade October, so it's this kind of like slightly darker brown colour. I'm taking that on an angled eyeshadow brush by Iconic London, and I'm literally just getting that right into the crease because it's going to help to create this gradient effect of kind of like lighter to darker brown. So I'm just really working that into the crease. Again, I've come back in with that 227 brush to blend because I really feel like it helps to get those colours to fuse together. And then I'm also just coming back in with that angled eyeshadow brush and just winging out the edge of that. And then I'm coming in and taking this dark brown shade, which is the shade Bear. I'm taking this on this really tiny pencil brush by Iconic London. This is well used. Can you see it's literally like peeling away at the sides? But as you can see, I'm really concentrating that dark brown shade into my crease, just because that is where I'm going to cut the crease, and it's going to really dramatise the eye look and the cut crease and make it look like really intense. So now I'm just coming in with a little cotton bud and I'm just wiping off the excess eyeshadow from where I'm going to cut the crease. I don't usually do this, I'll be honest with you, but I know that loads of other people do this, and I do find that I do have problems once I've cut the crease with, like, the concealer starts to go a bit like manky, and sometimes the colour underneath can start to show through, and I'm just not really with that anymore. So I gave this a go, and I'm not going to lie, it really helped, so I'm definitely going to keep doing this. I don't know what I've been sleeping on that tip for so long, but basically I'm switching over to my other eye now just to get up to scratch with the other side, so then I can come in and cut the crease on both of my eyes at the same time. So I'm just going to speed this bit up, get myself up to the same point on the other eye, and then I will be back. Okay, now I'm grabbing that P. Louise base again. I'm still using the shade Rumour. I don't know why. I would usually use a lighter shade here, but I just felt like using this one. I'm just dotting that on one of my eyes. As you can see, I've used quite a lot of product here, so I'm literally just going to transfer some of that over to the other eye, as you can see. And then I'm literally just going to continue mapping out the shape of this cut crease. So I'm kind of using the darker eyeshadow that I applied to work as a guideline. I'm just trying to make it so it looks right and looks like it's placed correctly on my face. So I'm just taking it slow, as I always do with cut creases, and I'm just going to keep working on that until I'm happy with the shape. Also, not forgetting that we're going to wing that at the end as well to make it a really dramatic cut crease. And after we've cut that crease, I'm just going to come back in with that pencil eyeshadow brush again. I'm taking that shade Bear again, and I'm literally just going to go around the edge of that cut crease. Again, that's just going to help to really intensify it and make it look like it's really flawlessly cut. So I'm just doing that. And then I'm just going to go back over the P. Louise base as well, just to make sure that that's nice and set. And I wouldn't usually do this with this base because it's really good at self-setting, but I'm going to take the shade Wolf and I'm just going to come over and set where I've cut the crease as well, just to make sure that it really stays there. And then I'm just going to brush off like all of the excess powder by going over the little brown section where I've cut the crease, just to make sure that it's nice and neat. And then again, repeat repeating that on the other eye. So I'm not going to talk you through this bit completely because you guys know what to do now. So I'm literally just trying to get them to match as well as I can, but let's just remember it's not completely possible to get them to match perfectly. Like, you will literally waste so much of your life trying to do that if that's what you're aiming for. Okay, and then for the gold liner, which is my favourite part of this whole look, I'm taking the Rimmel London Wonder Swipe liner in the shade Ballin', so it's kind of like a really light goldish glittery colour, and I'm just going to do my usual style of liner. So I like to do it really kind of like straight and really sharp across, so I'm just doing that with this liner, but as you can see it's not really showing up the best, so I'm going to go over it with a little bit of highlighter in a minute just to make sure that it's really, really intense. But firstly I'm just making sure that the line itself is thick enough and a good shape, so I'm just going to keep doing that until I'm happy with the shape of the liner and I'm happy that it connects well with the cut crease. And then, as I said, I've just gone with, I think this was a Beauty Bakery highlighter from their Milk and Honey palette, but I'm literally just pressing this gold powder over the top, just firstly to set the liner, and secondly it really intensifies the gold look. And then I'm just repeating that on the other eye and just trying to get it as neat as possible. And then I'm taking these Pinky Goat lashes in the style Awa. I love these lashes, oh my god. I'm just putting them to the side just because I've put a little bit of glue on them, so I'm just waiting for them to dry down. I'm putting some of that P. Louise base under my eyes just so that I can add some bottom lash shadow to this look. And then I'm just coming in with the excess shadow from some of the brushes that I've already used. So I'm using the brush with the ginger shade on, which I'm just running under my eyes. And as you can see, the colour payoff's really good. It is really showing up, and that's all I can ask for, really. And then I'm also just coming in with that Chanel shade that I used originally as my transition shade, just to kind of help blend that out as well. And then now that the lashes are ready, I say ready, but I was having issues with these lashes, honestly. I was about to pack all my shit up and leave, but we got through it. I think it was just having a hard time sticking to the liner. It was either the liner or the liner and powder combination, I'm not really sure, but it was causing me hell. But we got there in the end, so as you can see, I'm literally just really working my ass off to get these to stick. And then I'm going to go and do the rest of my face, so I'll be back in 1 second with the finished look. So this is the finished look. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this video.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5.
As always, angels, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.